5:30 on Thursday, March 20th, this is the Education Committee. I'll call the meeting to order. Roll call. Donna Savage here. Randall Boswell, absent. Geraldine Walker.
Here.
Shane Walker, absent. Robbie Melton.
Here.
We have a quorum. Okay. Approve the minutes of the last meeting dated December 19th. Everybody had a chance to look at those?
I'll make a motion.
Robbie makes a motion.
I'll second.
Geraldine second. All four say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Okay, approve school budget amendments, general purpose school fund 141, revision number 5. General purpose school fund 141, revision number 6. Federal projects fund 142, amendment number 6. Federal projects fund 142, amendment number 7. Federal projects fund 142, amendment number 8. Central cafeteria fund 143, amendment number 1. Ms. Crystal, you wanna explain these?
Yes, ma'am. So the 141, we'll start with them. So number 5 was just, where we came and talked to you all at the last meeting about the, maintenance truck and the transportation truck, where we was asking if we might be able to move out that money that went to fund balance at the close of the year when they didn't get to get those for the COVID. So that is just the amendment to move that out.
Okay,
And put in their line items.
Okay.
In maintenance and transportation. And then revision 2 was where we got again, last year was the first year, and we got again this year. It's a little slimmer this year, but it was a state special ed preschool grant. So it was like $18,000, $18,700, so that helps offset one of the teachers for that class is what we use that for.
okay,
And then the remaining of that was just a shift in money for the actual voluntary pre-K program, and it was just to true up lines like, I think it was insurances and Medicare and some things like that.
okay,
And then the federal ones, of course, Janet has to do a lot of those, and Miss Leslie Riddle and Michelle Nivens, they're constantly having to revise with any changes that come from the state. They have to make revisions in their budget. I know one of those, there was a little bit of a cut, maybe a $2,500 cut in one allocation, so they have to go in and revise that. But each one of those has a little bit of a description at the very bottom. It's very little, I don't know if you can read, but amendment 6 was for special ed, the special ed revisions, and that was just to move some medical insurance and move some money into the parent travel contract lines, depending on how many parents they have to include in IEPs for travel and stuff. So they always have to shift that around some each year. Based on how many they've got. And then 7 was CTE Perkins, and it looks like they've just moved some money for software and then wages in it to offset each other. And then 8 is a math implementation grant. That's a federal grant that we got again this year. There was a little bit of it left. And I think, okay, that's the one that they reduced the allocation by $2,500, so we just had to go in and reduce ours. And then the 143 Central Cafeteria Fund was just to, I think where the supervisors, I think they done the increase for them last year. I think she didn't have enough budgeted originally, where we turned in the budgets early. So she was just offsetting that, and then I guess pending how many background checks the employees that work around kids have to get a background check every 5 years. So it just varies from year to year how many's in that 5-year bracket at the time. So that was just to offset that.
okay. Does anybody got any questions? Robbie made a motion.
We accept the budget amendments. Approve the school budget amendments. I'll second.
Geraldine seconded it. Robbie,
Yes.
Geraldine,
Yes.
Donna, yes. All four. Motion passes. Approve quarterly reports ending September 30th, 2024 and December 31st, 2024.
I think we had barely missed you all for the ones ending in September 30, so I just had to get both of those on here. And as of December, we are running well, everything is good and hopefully exactly where it needs to be. So far so good this year in this year's budget.
I like hearing that.
Yes.
Anybody got any questions on it?
On the bonuses that the teachers are gonna be getting,
Yes.
what will that do to where will that come from?
So they were telling us, we were kinda worried that we were gonna have to do an amendment and get that in this year, cause we assumed that since they passed it, it would have to be, but they have told us that those will not be paid out, at least we won't receive the money until July, which will be the 25-26 fiscal year. So we will have to, they're trying to figure out right now so that we can budget for those in our new year budgets, so we should be able to get those in the new year budgets. But we're not exactly sure when as of yet, but the state is definitely not gonna pay it out until after July of next fiscal year. So those will be in next year's budget. And they are gonna, pay those based, we've been getting some guidance on how they're going to reimburse, those. And as of right now, we're not 100% sure. There's different, thoughts and views on it, I guess. But they said that they are gonna let us know in the next month. We get a local finance, letter each month, and they said that there should be a lot more detail in it.
Are they
So-
will they be paying for all of that bonus? Or do we have to?
So right now, it states, that's where they're kinda up in the air on what they're gonna, so we have, what's called T Encompass, and that is what houses like everybody, every teacher, what they teach, I guess kinda every employee, that's certified, that goes to the state, we do that 2 times a year. And so right now, they say that they're gonna pull that information from T Encompass as to who all is basically classroom teachers. So what's up in the air currently is counselors, instructional supervisors, stuff like that, that we're not 100% sure on if they're going to fund those, but definitely the classroom teachers. And from what guidance we've got so far is that it's going to be based, the funding is gonna be based on what is actually considered teachers as in the TISA formula. So that comes from Tennessee Code Annotated, and that's where they were kinda getting that, if they're in the classroom over 50% of the time. So it says actually in Tennessee Code Annotated, if you are, with students, the majority, so that would be over 50%, that's kinda where they get that. But it's kinda not for certain just yet, but we know every teacher, yes, the state is supposed to fund, the $2,000 plus the benefits for that, for all of the classroom teachers. It's just those, couple of employee positions we don't know for sure on, the counselors and stuff like that.
But it's gonna be funded by the state.
Yes, yes, mm-hmm, yes.
Anybody else got any questions?
I guess I got a bid that should have been in numeral business, I'm sorry. I'll make a motion on the quarterly reports.
Geraldine made the motion. Robbie second, all four say aye. Aye, motion passes. No, roll call. Robbie?
Yes.
Geraldine?
Yes.
Donna? Yes. Motion passes. Okay, any old or new business to discuss?
I put that down there, I'm sorry, I got ahead.
That's okay. Geraldine, you got anything else?
I got another question, I guess. So if the, federal education system is done away with or whatever, what will that do? Or do you know what that will do to?
The US Department of Ed.
Yes.
So that's the big group, so they tell us that it's not going to harm us in any way, that just the money from up there is still gonna be allocated, it's just gonna go straight on to the state versus go through the, United States Department of Ed. So I don't know, until it happens, we don't know for sure, I guess, but I'm told, that
The money will
maybe-
still be there.
yeah, it's just gonna be funneled straight on down to the state versus going through the Department of Ed. So hopefully, everything will be fine.
Anything else? Okay, our next scheduled meeting will be Tuesday, June the 17th, 2025 at 5:30. Crystal, did you say we needed to make another?
If we could possibly get one in, maybe in May, is that what
Is
you,
it May 13th?
May 13th?
May, okay, so our next meeting will be May 13th. What's that? That's on a Tuesday.
Yes,
Or was that our board meeting?
it's a board meeting, but do we need it after that?
Yes, that way we would get all the May ones in it, so
Okay.
right after that, anytime would be fine,
Okay, what about Wednesday, the 14th?
that'd be fine, but
Is that okay with
that's good
y'all?
with you all.
Is that okay with y'all?
So it's.
Wednesday the 14th.
At what time?
Everybody be here at 5? So, our next meeting will be May 14th at 5 o'clock, and then, May 14th at 5 o'clock. Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Robbie made a motion,
I'll second.
Geraldine second, all four say aye. Aye. Motion passes.
I'm going to watch ball game, girls.